It's good to be standing in front of you. As much as I would love to say this, I don't like schools. I'm a college dropout. I got kicked out of my school twice before I even finished my grade 10. So why am I here? Most of the speakers that spoke today, I believe, are much more educated than me, have a lot of experience in many different areas in their life. And it was wonderful listening to the last speaker and the gentleman before me. But in a class full of 30 kids, a class full of 20, 40 kids, you have a bunch who does distinction. You have a bunch who's first, second, third, fourth. But then you have a bunch of me, the bunch sitting at the back, just, praying for 35, 40, 50, whatever the pass mark is. I'm here to talk about dreams. I'm here to talk about passion. I'm here to talk about every single one of those 40 kids. The kids who would fail, the kids who would come first, they all have this drive in them. They all have this energy in them. But the only problem is, the me bunch isn't just able to channelize that energy in a particular way. I'd like to talk because generally I do a lot of TV interviews, I do a lot of radio interviews, and I'll just blah, 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 blah. But they don't really want to know your story. They just want to know how many Facebook likes or Instagram likes you got, which is the next movie coming out, documentary. I did make some points today because to the kids who are here, maybe, if even a couple of you guys are able to get what I really, really, really want to say. Stuff that made this college dropout who used to work in a restaurant in Sydney, used to wash dishes 18 hours a day, is able to stand in front of you guys and talk about dreams. I want to talk about that journey. I want to talk about what went within me, the process that I went through, so that, the odd ones, the leftover of the class, maybe one of them, if they're able to do something or follow their dream, if they're happy, I think my job today here is done. To be very honest, I have no greatness in me. I have nothing new to say. That's my first line. I have nothing new to say. I do not have a master plan. Everything that you'll hear today in your classes for the rest of your life has been said and heard a million. But I do have something to say, which I don't think you guys hear very often.
Okay.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to fail. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be lonely. It's okay to be odd. When I went to Australia in 2007, I came back from my college. I used to do hospitality management. I came home one day and I asked my dad, who's sitting right there, he's a professor in one of the elite universities, in Punjab University. There. So I asked my dad, hey dad, sair karan chaliye? Let's go for a little walk. So me and my dad, we went on a walk and I started talking. And I'm like, Dad, I'm not happy. I'm not happy in life. I go to college every day, I come back home every day, I'm not happy. I think if I go overseas, I'll be happy. Because I just wanted to escape the whole college scene, grades, not doing well scenario. And this poor guy who was a professor, middle class family, our house was under construction, so we didn't really have a lot of money. When the woodwork starts, that's when the real finances kick in. And this guy goes, yaar, mere kole 2 lakh rupiya. Why don't you apply kaam? This guy goes, I've got 2 lakhs, can we do it? I was like, let me check. The next day I come to Chandigarh, had a little bike. So I did all the research and I'm like, so this guy stops pretty much whatever he was doing, borrowed some money and sent me to Australia. So now here I am in Australia, landed in the land of opportunity, who was terrible in studies, definitely, there's no way I can go back, who obviously got no technical skills. I'm in this course to get my permanent residency. So I landed on Thursday, and on Saturday, it's my first day at work. So you land in a country on Thursday, in one day you find a job, 3 days before I get my work permit, I'm already working. So I start washing dishes. You know, I've got brand new Tommy Hilfiger clothes. I was wearing Jordans. You know, I did all my shopping before I went to Australia. So I used to wash dishes. You know, 18 hours, 16 hours, 12 hours a day. And you and me, we're having this conversation for the first time, right? Well, you guys have no idea how many times I've already had this conversation in my head. I've lived this. Because those 18 hours a day, when I used to wash dishes, I knew one day this is not my destiny. I knew within me that this is not my destiny. And you don't need any friends. You do not need a WhatsApp group. You do not need your Instagram to tell you how good you're doing. If you don't have a friend, and the only reason I say this is because if you do not have a friend who believes in you, if you do not have someone who empowers you and who says, yes, you've got this in you, go, you know, do whatever you want to do. If you don't have that, friend yourself. I am my best friend. Friend yourself. You need to have this much believe in you that this guy who knows my destiny for now is washing dishes, and for next 3 years I'll be washing dishes. And I better be good at it because there's no other job out there. This guy within him knew that this is not my destiny. So, from there, I'll cut short. I think I've only got 11 minutes left. When I was working in this pub, when I was working in this restaurant, there was this time, and that's another important thing after dreams, because I want you guys to know, I don't want to sit here and talk about dreams and you know, achievements and goals, and you'll do amazing stuff, and you know, everything is all la-di-la-di-la. It's not. This world is a terrible place. This world is a terrible place. It'll crush you and it'll make it as hard as it can for someone who's extraordinary to get out. So I want you to have, from this talk, 2 things very important. First, know your goals and know what you need to do to achieve them. I'm not here to talk to you guys about having dreams. Everyone has dreams. Every single one of you would have dreams. But if you do not have a plan, it's always going to stay away. So you guys need to know the skills that you need to achieve in life with time, with support of yourself and your family to achieve your goals. So, one of the most important things is choices, your decisions. My Instagram still today says I'm a man of my decisions. So when I was washing dishes 18 hours a day, a month, a week, 6 months, a year later, I have this opportunity to work in the gym. That's another thing I want to talk about. I will if I have time later. I used to go to the gym on a regular basis because I thought, I truly believe one needs to be best version of themselves. Even if you like physics, maths, it could be anything, you guys need to be fit. Because if your mind's working, if you're getting 100% out of your body, you'll live longer, you'll be happy, you'll have more energy in whatever you're doing. So I used to work in the, I used to go to this gym, and I got offered a job in the gym. Now I'm working 18 hours, whatever money I'm getting, let's say someone who works from 9 to 5 gets 18 hours a day, 8 hours a day, right? So you get paid for 8 hours. I'm getting paid for 18 hours. So even if I'm getting paid half the money as this guy, I'm still making more money. And money was very important for me. But I've only got 24 hours a day. So I cannot push 18 hours any further. Am I right? So I have this opportunity to work in a gym. And when I started working in this gym, I knew I'm going to take a massive pay cut. A massive pay cut. But I know there's more growth. There's more room in there. So when I was on top of this, financially I was secure. And we're talking here about a student who was just trying to make ends meet. I just want to pay my tuition fee every 6 months so I don't have to call my dad and say, Papa, please pay though. So you know, my goals are very short. My goals were very realistic. So I quit that job, I started working the other job, and I started giving it more time. It was a 9 to 5 job, I would still work 18 hours. So My job was to sell memberships, do marketing. So I would do my 9 to 5 job, and then I'll come in at 5. I'll start, greeting clients. I'll try to make more contacts, get numbers from them, get some leads, trying to get in contact with more people. When everyone leaves, 5 o'clock, everyone goes home. I'm at reception, greeting everyone, whoever's coming from the city, trying to have a workout. So I became the face of that gym. Everyone needed me. I would work more, but I built a rapport. Now cut to 2011. I'm making $125,000 a year. $125,000 a year. That's probably more than most of the engineers or the doctors who were with me back then. I was making way more money than them. If you translate it down, it's around 90 lakhs a year. And then, that day, when I got offered this job for 2 years, now this is a 2-year contract, 7 minutes, 2-year contract, which would pretty much pay my house in Sydney. So imagine being a guy who came to Australia with pretty much no money, started washing dishes, used to save his lunch money. I would save my lunch money, not spend those $5, and I used to save that $5 and call my girlfriend who used to be in Chandigarh back then. I used to skip my lunch money. This guy, 4 years later, is making $100,000. I've got my diesel watches, I've got a nice penthouse, I'm living right at the beach. I made it. But when I used to step into that office, when you have plenty money, what do? You do stuff that you like. I never had any spare money to drink. I never had any spare money to go out. And especially when you're working 18 hours a day, you certainly don't want to go to a club and blow half of it. So I invested my money and energy in the gym, and I used to work in the gym, so that's free. So what am I going to do? I used to watch movies. Every single day. I used to watch movies. I'd go home, I'd watch a movie. I'd wake up, you know how you guys play songs? I'd just turn on a movie, and I'll start cooking my breakfast. I'll have my breakfast, then I'll go to work, come back, watch a movie again. On my days off, I would buy 1 ticket, even though I had money. I would buy 1 ticket, and I'll just go to the theater. But like, it's an Audi 1, watch the movie, and just skip out, Audi 2, watch this movie, Audi 3. I'll watch half a movie. By the end of it, I've behind the scene 2.5 great movies. And that's the time. So I got offered this 2-year contract, and I can pretty much buy my own house. I can buy a Range Rover if I want. And I'm driving home. I had a shitty car back then. I called my dad, like, Papa, I'm going to sign this contract. I'm going to join Fitness First. You can Google this, the company that I work for. And I want to end up becoming the club manager, assistant club manager. That's it. Papa, main car le lunga. That's what I said. Papa, main car le lunga. And that guy right there, he goes, "Yaar, car ta loan hunda. Kiddi ki vaddi gall hai. I bought a house when I was 44. I want you to come back. Give your dreams a year. Come back. Try and get into movies. Try to get into films. Something you really want to do. I want you to be happy in life." So this guy, all his money to settle down. When I'm settled, he calls me back. And someone who's making $100,000, my first music video, now search it on YouTube, it was made out of 25,000 rupees. Who's using a 5D? That's a 5D camera, right? That's the camera I used. My first music video. 25,000 rupees. People see all this, glamour, and they look at my Louis Vuitton sneakers and they go, "Oh, this guy's made it." It takes 10 years to become an overnight success. No one knew who I was in 2007. I used to wash dishes and was fucking hungry. I'm sorry about my language. And when I was in India, I knew singers wouldn't even talk to me. They won't even take my calls. And now they go, "Oh, teri bhabhi kendi si tu ghare nahi aunda. You're not gonna have dinner with us." Like, "Sorry, bro, I'm busy." I want you guys to value yourself. And if you become your friend, you'll start valuing yourself. One of the things that I believe is very important and this is it's out of context of me being a celebrity, a writer, a poet, an actor, it's separate from that. Something I want to say is, whoever you are, know your strengths. When I used to fail in school, I used to do theater. When I used to get kicked out of school, I used to go play soccer. Not like, I used to play sports. I want you to know that there isn't, and I started by saying the means of the class. Just because you're not accepted or just because you didn't get good grades, that doesn't mean you haven't got it in you. I want you guys to know that there is something within you. Search that, discover that, know your strengths. And once you know your strength, I want you guys to focus and polish your skill. Let me give you an example. If you take a really nice photo, if your interest is in photography, right? If you have that's one talent. That's that's your skill. There might be 10 people who have the same skill. But if after taking that photo, you go home, you're able to edit it, and you learn Photoshop, now you can design a poster. Now you can make a digital painting out of it. You've polished your skill. When I made my first music video of 25,000 rupees, I had no clue how a camera works. I can edit my videos today. I can use Red Array. I can do corrections. I can pretty much do half of the work by myself. So it's not that I'm making more money or I'm getting more successful in terms of my videos. I'm polishing my skill every single day. If you guys have Snapchat, Instagram, go on Snapchat, Instagram, you would still see my yesterday's story. I was shooting. I finished my shoot 12 o'clock. I haven't slept all night, and here I am, 3 Red Bulls in. So I want you guys to know that once you find your strength, polish your skill. Polish your skill. If you're a poet, if you write a song, don't write a song and go, I want Sheriman to sing this song tomorrow. I started making videos in 2013. My first music video was May 2015. That's 2.5 years. 2.5 years, and I did over 70 videos within that time. So I want you guys to know that once you have a skill, develop that skill. If you're a songwriter, write 5 songs, get 3 best things out of it, put them all together, now see what you can do. And if your interest is in physics, don't take bio just because your friends are taking it or someone's insisting it. Know your skill. That skill could be maths, that skill could be anything. I'm not only talking about performing it. One of the things that I'd like to say, I'm sorry my time is expired, won't take any more than a minute or 2. Develop a relationship with your family. Don't listen to your family. Develop a relationship with your family. Thank you. If your dad say, question your dad, question your mother, question your everyone. If you develop a relationship, I did not randomly one day took my father for a stroll. No. When I had a problem, I'd sit down with him. I'll tell him. Seek advice. I know some of the people would have a lot of barriers with your parents, and trust me, I do too. Not anymore. But it'll take time. Just like there's a guy in this class or a girl in this class that you want to date, you break their barriers. You talk to them. Or if there's a teacher, or if there's another friend that you feel, or if I become friends with this guy, I might learn something off them. You break barriers. You try with them. Try with your family. Try with your father. Try with your mother. You guys need to have a conversation with them. Tell them, this is the problem. How can I fix it? Seek advice. No friend would ever help you out as much as your parents would. Trust me, I can kill someone, I'll go home, and I'll say, Mummy, they'll be like, we'll look after it. You might have to go to jail for a few years, but that's fine, I'll wait for you. I'll still love you. You guys need to develop a relationship with your family, and that is very important. Let me check if there's anything I've missed. Okay, strong. No, keep. No, something, okay. There we go. Pretty much everything that I've said. There's one thing that I've just briefly missed. Won't take any more than 30 seconds. Okay. The young ones, one last thing, one last message. And then we'll just conclude. Your age, your time is not to seek happiness in life right now. When I say happiness, I don't want you to go to a school, to go to a tuition, or give an exam, or start a new job, and then go, it's hard, I can't do it. This age is not, what's the right word to say? Most of the kids who would either pass out of school, or you guys, you might, I don't know if in India people start their own jobs or not, but you might have ideas to develop an app or whatever. Or even start something on YouTube, or start making cakes, whatever it is. This age is to go through hard times. If you're going through hard times, it's good, it's working. Okay, on that time, man. Put yourself through hard times. Because God right there, He's going to pay you one day. Just because it's hard, it's not an excuse to not do it. I'm not happy. Let me find something else. My whole speech wasn't about taking the easy way. My speech was about taking the right way, the way which might work for you. So put yourself through hard times. You're paying the price. It'll take a year, it'll take 2, it'll take 5. Give your struggle time. My struggle took 10 years. I wish your struggle takes half of it. And if one of you guys actually know what I mean, and put this all into place, and somehow one person can say, it worked for me, like I said, it worked for me because of my dad right there. I wish you guys the best of luck.